You, you think they'd want to spy on little old us? There's Robert back. Okay, I see it is now high noon. We ought to get started promptly. Welcome to the group, everyone. I'm very pleased that here we have 17 members that are here and on time. And we can jump right in to our 30-second commercials there. And I showed Jennifer Payne of Price Right Trees was the first one in. So I'm going to ask her to go first, then Toby, and then Shabana. That's okay? Jennifer, will you start us off?
Hey everybody, hope everyone's doing well. It's Jennifer with Price Right Trees. As you know, we have added tree injections as one of our newest services, and the holidays are coming up. So if you need to get an estimate for Christmas lighting, give us a call. Thanks.
Next we have Toby.
Hey there everyone, Toby with Digital Corporate Services. And I was just reading today that the phrase hindsight is 2020 was actually made up by a traveler from the future, came back to warn us how bad this year was going to be. Anyway, I got a quick question. Do you appreciate your employees, especially in 2020? We're getting a lot of our customers contacting us about employee appreciation gifts and ideas. And some of the things they've asked us about is aromatherapy candles for mental health, and also essential oils diffusers, fleece blankets, you know, a little personal touch when you're distancing from home and on Zoom calls, and then personalized cookie boxes, candy towers, tech accessories like power banks, and of course still lots of PPE available. So think about showing your employees appreciation this year when they've gone through so much in 2020. Thanks. Toby with Digital Corporate.
Looks like we lost Shabana there. Let's go on to David Curtis and then Dawood and then Mike Hassett.
There's Laura for Dr. Parvez's office.
Okay. Laura, would you go take your turn?
Yes, thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Laura. I'm with Dr. Parvez's office, and she's with a patient. Thank you. But we're still here, and we're offering some specials. We've done some price changing around here, and we're offering our B12 special for it's getting cold out. So a 6-pack of B12 injections we're offering for $50. We also have D3 injections for $25. Will help you get through the winter. That's all I got right now. We're still here. We're hooking up IVs and doing blood draws. So if anybody wants me to practice on them, come on in. I'm not too bad. I just learned, but I'm working on it.
Well, I let Corey's daughter draw at the tech school over there, so I feel confident in you, Laura.
Thank you.
Next, we've got David Curtis, Dawood, and Mike Hassett, please.
Howdy, everybody. David Curtis, your local HR guy. Helping people save money on their payroll processing. So Dr. Parvez's office just switched over to my payroll service. They're going to be saving a few $100s every month, you know, by leaving ADP. So if you know anybody who's using ADP in small business, let me know. You know, ADP is good for larger businesses, but for small businesses, it's expensive. I'll be talking more later today since I'm the presenter. Thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dawood Maybon with Maybon Leadership Group, where we help you unlock your potential. The law of awareness says that you must know yourself to grow yourself. And one of the ways I help people do that is I'm currently offering a complimentary virtual training on the Maxwell method of DISC. I'll put a link in the chat box where you can schedule based on your calendar. It'll link to my calendar to where you can schedule an appointment to go through this virtual training. So once again, Dawood Maybon with Maybon Leadership Group.
Hey guys, Mike Hassett, Jones Hassett. We're business lawyers. We consider ourselves a full service business law firm, and that means we can handle everything from your day-to-day corporate activities to your litigation, to your merger, your acquisition, things like that. We do employment work, which I had a meeting with David Curtis this week and had to actually tell him, yes, we do employment law work. So we are full service, can handle just about anything a small or medium-sized business can throw our way. Mike Hassett, Jones Hassett.
Okay, next let's have Joni, Bo, and Heather. Okay.
Good afternoon, Joni Wilson, Affiliated Bank. Been in banking almost 40 years here in the DFW area, helping businesses with their cash flow needs. Right now, working on a lot of Main Street lending program loans, which are for those companies that were too big for the PPP. We've got an active SBA department, lots of new technology to help manage your accounts at our bank and all your other accounts at other banks. So we're in the business of providing full service for our clients and would love to visit with you if you've got any banking needs. So Joni Wilson, Affiliated Bank.
Good afternoon, everybody. Bo Bearden here with Cloud9 Voice. We provide a unified communications collaboration platform to enterprise businesses. And unified communications, what that means is that we actually can give you a platform where you can communicate from anywhere, from any device using our system. We provide unlimited local and long distance calling, web collaboration, so it's a complete system access through a PC, laptop, tablet, and mobile app. Voicemail and voicemail to email, active fax server, staff chat and presence, posted on your desktop, file transfers, desktop sharing. We have a video and web conference calling platform as well within our call recording, call detail reporting, music on hold, messaging on hold, and all programming, ads, moves, changes are including with our services. Bo Bearden with Cloud9 Voice. Drop the line and join Cloud9.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. I'm Heather with Primo Travel Services. This year has left us stuck at home. The urge to get out and explore keeps growing. So let's start planning your trip wherever it may be, whether it's just you and your family or girlfriends or a small group. Michelle and I can help you plan it. I'm Heather with Primo Travel Services, and I'd like to introduce you to a new employee. Give me 1 second.
Okay, next, thank you for joining us from Disney World or wherever you're calling from.
You called on me, so I'm going twice, remember? Hi, I'm Heather Flair. I'm mute myself over here. We just announced Santa dates this morning, so get your Santa times in. Dad's off golfing. Shame on him. Anyway, Heather Flair.
Okay, next can we go with Kathy Mitchell, Corey Calloway, and Amanda Falcone, please.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Kathy Mitchell. I'm the programs director or programs chair for Mid-Cities HR Association. And we have a webinar coming up on October 14th that is going to focus on what businesses need to know about service and support animals. Our speaker will be Hannah Parks. She is an attorney. Should be a great program. And our board had said this year when the pandemic hit that we were going to donate all of our registration fees to nonprofits throughout the year, at least through October. And in October, we decided it was fitting, since this was our topic about service and support animals, we decided it was fitting that this month, all of our proceeds are going to Patriot Paws. So if you'd like to come out and support Patriot Paws and also have a great webinar, join us October 14th, 11:45 a.m. You can sign up at Mid-Cities website at mchra.org.
Good afternoon. I'm Corey Calloway, Calloway Financial Services, your friendly financial advisor. I'm here to help you through these perilous times, unknowing what's going to happen next. It's pretty crazy out there, but I kind of add calm to the storm. So remember, no business is too small, no check is too large. Before you give it away, call Calloway.
Hello, everyone. This is Amanda from McKnight Insurance Services.
Okay, send in.
We are here for your insurance needs. If you know anyone that is in need or would like us to help them with their insurance, send them our way. Once again, I'm Amanda from McKnight Insurance Services.
Next, could we have the lovely and talented Phyllis Washington and the lovely and talented Liz Madden and the always questionable Sean be there?
Hello, everyone. It's great to see you. Thanks, Sam. That was really cool. I'm Phyllis Washington with Coachville Leadership. I'm your business coach. And, you know, there's so much going on this year. There's so many things. It's hard to keep things focused. If you just want to have a conversation, bounce things off of me, if you know someone that's really going through a challenging time, it's really important as a business owner to have support. So I'm open to having a conversation. That just takes time and not, you know, it doesn't cost anything. Also, if you know anyone that lots of people who have lost their job or are choosing not to go back to corporate are starting businesses, I can help them as well. So when you think about a business coach, think of me at Coachville Leadership. Thank you.
It's great to see everybody. Long time no see. I'm Liz with A+ Academy Driving School. We have definitely transitioned where all of our classroom time is now through Zoom. So I definitely live through a camera now. We have, over the last few months, we've been updating our curriculum to make it more entertaining through a Zoom format. And with DPS currently in its state, we have been able to get our students through their system so that they are able to actually get their permits and get their licenses. Way back at the beginning of the shutdown, DPS had shut down along with everything else, and it has definitely been interesting coming back on board. Otherwise, if you know someone who drives like a fool, send them to driving school. Thank you, everybody.
Next, we have Sean.
Hello. Howdy, y'all. Glad to be here. I'm outside because it's just too beautiful not to be out here. So I'm Sean with Elite Health Plans, and I was going to give a tip of the day, something I don't talk about as much, but dental is free. Dental insurance, I've figured out, if you just get your teeth cleaned twice a year, it's virtually free, and anything after that is covered by insurance. So don't discount dental. Get a dental plan. And if I can help you with anything else for a small business, let me know. Sean Reckemeyer, Elite Health Plans.
Okay, the next, let's try Miss Amanda and then Robert Blake.
Me again? Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Falcon, and I'm with McKnight Insurance Services.
Oh, did we end up?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay. Lydia, you want to take a turn? Lydia Zamora. Okay. Robert?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Can y'all hear me? Hello, this is Lydia with DD Styles. I'm missing everyone. Y'all come on in. It's the safest place. We do use our mask. Don't worry, we have it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry, I think we got disconnected. Did y'all hear me?
No, try it again, please.
Okay, hi, this is Lydia with DD Styles. I do miss y'all and everything. Y'all can come on in. You need a haircut? Oh no, gray hair. Don't worry. The holidays are coming. You need your lashes done? We can put them on. Anything you need at DD Styles. 817-303-3735. And we are safe. I'll see y'all there. Bye.
Okay, next, can we have a turn? Are you ready to go, Robert Blake?
I was born ready. Robert Blake with Bit by Bit. We manage our clients' technology and secure their data. So if your computer's giving you a fit, call Bit by Bit. The thing that is big and a hot topic right now, we are doing free risk assessments for computer networks, as well as really talking to people about their backups and enhancing their cybersecurity, as ransomware attacks and phishing and such is up by about 400+%. So the blog article that is going to publish on my blog tomorrow is specifically about phishing and how to avoid that in your emails. If you're interested, give me a holler.
Thank you, Robert, and thank you for remaining our technical specialist. That we really appreciate. Our new management team are not Zoom experts, we can collectively say. Next, can we have the Becky, please? Becky Giroux, are you safe to talk?
Hey, everybody. Oh, I better go this way. Look, I made it to River Legacy. I'm in the beautiful atrium. Can you guys hear me okay? Great. This is Becky with River Legacy, and we are open. We're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week, and starting next week, we'll be open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5. We're also really excited because it's October, which means we're having a clay shoot this month. It's on the 25th. We're looking for sponsors and teams. It's going to be a great day. You can really have some quality time with your customers or your teammates. We'd love to talk to you about how we can promote your business at our clay shoot on October 25th. It's Becky with River Legacy.
Okay, next, can we have Carol Hallows, Paul Brody, and Leslie Nunez? Carol? Okay, well, let's come back to Carol in a minute. How about you, Paul? Are you ready?
I was born ready. Hey guys, Paul Brody with Brody Consulting, and the main thing we do is help you share your story, and that's either through a book with increasing your authority, or by our new thing, which is completely exploding right now, is our virtual summit creation service, otherwise known as virtual conferences, where we help position you as the Ellen or Oprah in your field. And it's huge. The company has really exploded. We've just got 3 more deals in the last 48 hours. The world is changing. I mean, we're seeing this right now. We're all on Zoom doing our thing, and this isn't going away anytime soon. So a good lead for us is anyone that you know that's looking to take their business to the next level, expand their influence and authority, and to be positioned as the Ellen and Oprah in their field. Paul Brody, Brody Consulting, we help you share your story.
Well, let's, how about Mike Walkenhorst and Leanne Chenoweth?
It's Mike Walkenhorst, and great to see all of you and great to be here. I think the new format's moving along pretty quickly. It's nice. Anyway, I'm doing home loans and I'm answering questions for people who are thinking about a purchase or a refinance. And I hope you'll share with me anyone who might have questions. I'm here to answer. And again, Mike Walkenhorst, and great to see you all.
Thank you, Mike. Leanne?
There, am I unmuted? Okay. Boy, it's dark in here again. No, I need to figure out how to get my picture up. Leanne Chenoweth with Timeless Concerts. We just had a great concert last weekend. It was really fun, a lot of English jigs and great concert. Sadly, it had to be the small social distancing crowd. That's how we did it in September and July. So we can't afford to do another one this year with, you know, the small ticket sales. So we will be back in February 2021, and hopefully we can be at capacity audience then, and we'll have more performers. Little bit of gossip. I saw David Durham there with a beautiful woman Saturday night. Anyway, the rest of the year we'll just be playing some special events. We have some weddings booked, and I guess the Christmas concerts are going to be out. No orchestra concerts, nothing like that. So think of us if you have any weddings or events, and we understand it'll be the social distance type. We'll be masked and all. So if you want to read about us, go to timelessconcerts.com, and there's a hire musicians page.
Let's try Carol Hallows again. She said she's having difficulty unmuting. Can we try again?
Let me find her. I will try.
Still having problems? I couldn't find her on the participants menu.
Let me put her in the waiting room and see if I can get her. Waiting room, admit her. And does Carol have, nope, for some reason her computer and audio is not working. But if
Okay.
if Carol can hear me, however, I really would like her to send me her signature card. I need to give that to a couple realtors.
Well, Corey, you or Joni have been members of the group about as long as anybody. Would y'all, either one of you guys, like to do Carol's thing for her?
Hi, I'm Carol Hollows. I do tile work. I'm best in the industry. I've been around forever. We help close properties for dead people. We don't bury them though. We can do a great job, and we unclog all kinds of messes and help a lot of the realtors get their deals flowed through. So if you needed some tile work, by golly, you need to call us because we're the best. Or I'm the best. How about that?
Well, that was such a fine job, but I feel bad. Joni was all queued up and ready to go. Joni,
Sorry, Joni, you can do it.
Carol deserves, because of all of her difficulty, she deserves 2 pitches here. So will you take another whack at it, please?
I can do that. I can add to Corey's wonderful introduction. So Carol's got many years of experience. I believe it's around 45 years. And I originally met her in 1983. So she's been doing title work for a long, long time. And if there's any challenges you have for a closing or a refinance or buying a building, she'll work it to the nth degree.
Well, thank you, Corey and Joni. That was above and beyond the call of duty. Now, did I miss anybody? This going by the panels here, the Brady Bunch method doesn't really work as people sign off and they come into pop into different areas. So you really got to stay up of your game. But raise your hand physically if I didn't get to you. Okay, as is traditional, I'll do mine last. My name is Sam Elliott. I'm the proprietor of Schooley Mitchell of Arlington. We help our clients in 4 different areas. We help them with their credit card processing, their small package shipping, communications, and their waste cost management. And what we're able to save them on the average about 27%, and we're able to help about 8 out of 10 of our clients to achieve these savings. And the beauty of it is we do it most of the time without even changing providers. We just get you a better deal because we know what the best deals are out there. So it's Sam Elliott, Schooley Mitchell of Arlington. Okay, everybody. Anybody have any thank yous they want to throw out there? Well, let me go first since I've got the mic. Thank you guys for showing up. This 27 people is the most participants we've had since the election, and that's encouraging that the numbers are going up. Welcome back, those of you that hadn't been able to come for a while, Liz and Bo and all those folks. It's great to see you. I want to start the year out with a lot of energy, a lot of synergy, because I think we're good at meeting, but we're not as good at referring people to one another. So let's make a conscious effort to refer our members. Let's get these things, the pages, digitally and physically. And as you're meeting with people, let's get the word out there. So, I tell people it's very easy to trust people to do work for you when you see them every Thursday. And I find that's a very convincing to say things. So with no further ado, somebody thank someone. Mr. Callaway.
I want to thank Lydia for doing my do again. Looks wonderful. Appreciate it.
Looks great. Mr. Toby.
I'd like to thank the staff of the chamber itself. They've been a regular and great customer of all types and varieties of our promotional products and printing throughout the year of COVID. So thank you to the chamber.
Yeah, and Toby, I'd like to thank you guys too. I know y'all supported the golf tournament last Friday. You supported the cows for us, and I've got to figure out a way to get another one of those cows because my wife liked it so much she commandeered it, community property and all that, you know.
You can always get you more.
Okay. Okay. Who's next in the barrel? There's Miss Lydia Zamora, one of our favorites. Unmute.
I want to thank Dwayne, Corey, Brian, Ruben, Amanda, David, the other David. And if I'm missing anyone, please forgive me. And I love the group. Thank y'all. Bye.
Mr. Hassick.
Just wanted to thank David Curtis. David, thanks for the phone call. We had a great one-on-one. And for those of you that haven't had coffee in the morning on the patio at Salter, you're missing out.
That's a good suggestion. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Curtis.
Yep, right back to Mike. Thanks for sitting down, enjoying a cup of coffee with me, and sharing about your practice. Also want to say thanks to Dr. Parvez and Arlington Integrative for signing on as a client of mine. Looking forward to working with y'all going forward. Thanks.
Can I thank someone? Hello.
Yes, you may.
Okay, I want to thank Brian and Ruben at Advent Trinity for doing the updates on my website for me for Timeless Concerts, and Paul Brody for continuing to support. And also thank you, David Durham, for getting tickets and coming to the concert.
Okay. Yes, Miss Liz.
I wanted to thank Corey and Sam for reaching out to us when we've been very MIA. It was very appreciated.
Well, it was nice to know y'all were doing okay. I mean, we worry about these people we see every week, and then they go into the witness protection. It's scary.
It was a great conversation. Enjoyed it.
Same.
Okay. Yes, Phyllis.
I just want to say thank you to everyone in the group. This is a great group, and I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Sam, I've got one too.
Okay, Paul.
All right, so I've got 3 thank yous. First one is, and I saw DeWoo's on the call, so a big shout out to you and our club president at the Rotary Club of Arlington Highlands, Don Henry. DeWoo immediately stepped up in our club and is our director of youth services, and they did a supply drop of over $500 worth of supplies last week to Johns Elementary, and it was awesome. And by the way, DeWoo, Don just sent over the pictures, so I've now got them. But you guys are awesome. Really appreciate everything y'all do to serve our community. I do want to thank everyone that's part of our next business book. It is going to be launched in the next month, but I'm going to shoot straight with y'all. COVID decimated the book just because so many businesses went out. So instead of having 75, we have 25 people taking part, but it's a great job with what we've got there. And then finally, I just want to thank everyone that stepped up and ran for office last month. You guys totally kept it classy, and especially what we saw on Tuesday, I really appreciate the classiness and how well you guys have all conducted yourselves. So kudos to all you guys. And to our new officers, congrats, and I wish you guys the best for a great year ahead.
Yeah, that's very kind words, Paul. We appreciate that. Our group our leadership group, David and Becky and I haven't met yet, but we have corresponded and sent out some emails. And I know Becky did a real good job of pushing out an email because I wanted the people to be used to seeing her as one of the key communicators with us. Now, David and I have another scheduling meetings. We're supposed to be talking again to try to get the schedule tightened up. And Becky and I were talking about having our first face-to-face meeting over at River Legacy. Did you want to mention anything more about that, Becky?
Sure. Right now we are having virtual field investigations. So our 2 learning labs, if anybody remembers, when you're looking at the screen, it's the area over to the right when you're looking at the big screen. So those can be walled off in one big room. And that would be available to us. And there's a large screen in there that, with the help of our computer consultant, bit by bit, we'll be able to do Zoom for the folks who can't come out or aren't comfortable coming out, can be on there. And I think it would be a great way for us to get together for those of us who are ready for that.
Okay, yeah, let's tighten that up and get that on the schedule, okay? Okay, anybody have any chamber announcements? I admit I didn't do my homework very well on that. The email came out this week thanking Don Duke for retiring, or for his work as the chair. I don't know if you guys have observed it, but Don Duke was the chair this past year. He's the most active chair that I've seen. Every event that he could come to, he was there. And in the years past, our chairs have been active at the high level, but they haven't been talking to all the little people like us. No, I probably shouldn't say that. But he's done a super job. Our incoming president is, or want to announce that?
I don't recall.
Right?
What's that?
Kelly Fisher with
It's
Texas.
yeah, it's the CFO. What's her? It's Fish.
Kelly
What's her first
Fisher.
name again, Joni?
Kelly.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the CFO.
Okay, she's the CFO for the Texas Rangers, right?
Right.
Okay.
Hey, Sam.
Okay. Yeah, Paul.
Hey, just also give Joni a shout out. She is going to be our new chair of the Business Development Advisory Council. So big props to you, Joni. We're looking forward to your year ahead chairing us.
Thank you.
Well, that puts us in very dicey position. Joni's in our group, and BDAC's the one that's supposed to keep our groups in line. So, wow, this is good. We're going to be walking a tightrope, aren't we, Joni? Okay. Well, if there's no more announcements, we can move on to our lovely and talented. Yeah, Corey.
Quick. Dr. Bailey in my office building is looking for a mom that wants to work part-time. She needs some additional help. So if you know of somebody that's looking for gainful employment, give me a holler. I'll put you in touch. Thank you.
Is it just receptionist work or something? What is it?
A little more than that. There may be accounting involved. I'm not sure. Jennifer came over and told me about it, so I just thought I'd pass the word.
Okay. Very good. That's kind of stuff we need. Okay, Mr. Curtis, do you want to take over?
Sure thing. Can you or Robert give me permission to share my screen? And while y'all do that, I am on the Young Professionals Council for this year. So if there is anybody in your work group that is a young professional, we're looking for new members to help us expand the group. So we're planning on some fun activities for this year. So if you know anybody, pass along my contact information, have them reach out to me, and look forward to talking with them.
Okay. No, that's not it. I'm trying to get to share screen for you, okay? Okay, there we go. Okay, you should be able to get, should be able to share your screen now, Dave.
Got it. All right, so I'm going to walk through the common compliance issues that small businesses run into in terms of HR regulations. This is a webinar that I gave a month ago almost, and wanted to share it with everybody here. I'm not going to go through the whole PowerPoint, just the main pieces of it. So, all right, so when we're talking about compliance basics, you've got multiple levels and regulatory agencies that oversee these regulations. And, you got your federal, state, local. The federal level, you got your Department of Labor, the EEOC, OSHA, those bodies. At the state level, we've got the Texas Workforce Commission. They enforce a lot of the wage and hour laws here in the state. And then locally, over the last few years, we've had a lot of ordinances brought up. None of them are in effect in terms of paid sick leave. So like Dallas County, City of Austin, San Antonio, they have all passed ordinances for paid sick leave for all size employers, but they're all stuck in the court system right now. So none of them are in effect. And when you look at regulations, they apply to where your employees work. So if you have remote employees in another state, say Colorado, then the laws in Colorado will apply to those employees, not the ones here in Texas. So if an employee works more than 8 hours in a day, then the amount of time over the 8 hours would be paid overtime if they're non-exempt, where here in Texas, we follow the FLSA, where it's more than 40 hours in a work week. And these regulations all focus on, required notices that have to be posted or sent out, record keeping, pay, the type of work, stuff like that. So the, number 5 is record keeping requirement. So, talking with small business owners, a lot of them don't realize that they need to keep hiring documentation for 12 months after a position is filled. These are the job postings, applications, interview notes, all that stuff that you create when you are hiring and filling a position. And this is to show in case, there's a discrimination charge, you can prove why you chose somebody over somebody else. Your personnel file should be kept for at least 3 years after an employee leaves the company, sometimes longer if there's legal issues, possible litigation out there in terms of, why you let that employee go. Benefit information should be kept separate from the personnel file. You got some HIPAA-related requirements there. Background checks, alcohol and drug tests, medical tests, all that should be kept separate from other files. If you have workers' comp reports, injury reports, that type of stuff, that needs to be kept separate as well and kept for 5 years. And then keep all your performance and employment-related documents in the personnel file. So depending on, all the different things that you might have, if you do background checks or alcohol and drug testing, if you offer benefits, you may have, 4 different files for employees. So make sure you're keeping stuff separate the way it should be, and you're keeping it for the amount of time that you should be. Number 4 are labor law posters. So these are notices required by the various regulatory agencies on notices that you're supposed to provide to your employees. So they must be accessible to your employees and applicants. So in an area that all employees have access to. If you have remote employees, you need to provide them to them either electronically or paper format, email them to them. They still have to have access to them. Here in Texas, there's 10 required federal and state posters, and that includes the Families First Coronavirus Response Act notice. So that's a temporary notice that you are required to put out right now. And all these notices can be printed for free from each of the individual agencies, but you can also order a poster from Amazon. You just search Texas Labor Posters, laborlawcenter.com. There's a number of different companies that provide a large 2 foot by 3 foot size laminated poster with all the notices on one poster, and that's a good way to keep it all organized. Some of these services, you can sign up for that automatically provides you a, updated poster every year. That's probably not needed because most of the time there's not a update that requires to change out the notice every year. If there is an required change, then you could easily print it off and save the $30 or $50 or whatever that cost is, and just update the laminated poster every maybe 4 or 5 years. So make sure you're keeping your labor law posters updated. Make sure there's nothing in front of the posters. I was at a small business and they had a big shelf in front of their labor poster, so it pretty much denied access to the notices to the employees. Number 3, pay issues. So exempt versus non-exempt. You need to identify your employees as exempt from overtime or not exempt from overtime. This is part of the Fair Labor Standard Act. And for employees to be eligible for exempt, the first hurdle is they have to make at least $684 per week. The second hurdle is their job duties have to meet certain requirements. So there's tests called the executive test, the administrative test, the professional test, and a couple others, and their job duties have to meet those requirements to make them eligible to be exempt. So the conservative way is to identify people as non-exempt and pay them the overtime. You don't want to have to go back and retro pay or be liable for possible overtime work for employees that are misclassified. Overtime pay, when you look at overtime, Texas, there's no additional requirements besides the federal requirement of paying overtime after 40 hours in a work week. So your work week should already be identified. That's a 7-day consecutive period. It could be Monday through Sunday. It could be Saturday through Friday. So you identify that with your business. If you have tipped employees and you're claiming a tip credit, then the overtime rate is not just strictly their normal rate times 1.5. There's actually a calculation that has to go in determining that rate to pay them the overtime. So you have to take minimum wage of $7.25 times 1.5 minus the tip credit that you're taking, and that determines their overtime rate. And then if you have tip pooling arrangements, tip credit, you need to notify your employees whenever you hire them that you have those arrangements in place. Number 2, reporting new hires. So the Personal Responsibility Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act requires all employers to report their new hires within 20 days of hire. And this goes to the state attorney general's office. A lot of times your payroll, ADP or QuickBooks might do this for you. There's a lot of times where they don't. So make sure, either you are doing this or the person, your payroll provider is doing this. If you're not doing this, you need to set up your account with the state attorney general's office. It takes a couple days to do that. And then if you haven't reported any new hires, you need to report any new hires going back 90 days. And then the number 1 issue that I find are I-9 issues. So the I-9 Section 1 is to be completed by the employee on the first day of their employment. Section 2, which is the section completed by the employer, that needs to be completed by day 3. So employees, new hires, need to provide you with their documentation showing they have the right to work in the United States by day 3. If they don't provide that documentation by day 3, you can terminate their employment. And, that's actually, required by the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service Office. There was a new form effective fall of 2019, so make sure you're using the new form. Storage and retention, it's recommended you keep I-9s separate from the personnel file. I recommend like a binder that you keep them in, so it's easy for audits and review of that information. when you're completing the I-9, you are supposed to be physically reviewing their right to work document. So if it's their passport, their birth certificate, social security card, driver's license, whatever they bring in, you should be physically reviewing that. You shouldn't be taking copies of it and taking a look at it. Granted, right now during COVID, they have allowed for a virtual review of the documents if your company is fully remote. They're continuing to extend that flexibility during COVID. But if you do have employees going to the office and you have remote workers, you need to have somebody physically review those documents and complete the I-9 on your behalf. So either a notary, you could take it to say the spouse, their HR department might do it for you. You have a HR consultant, somebody like that, complete the I-9 for you. And then, you can't tell the new hire what documents to bring to satisfy the I-9 requirements. You have to provide them the list of all the available documents that can be used, and they get to select which documents. This could be seen as a nationality, national origin discrimination by requiring specific documents. So, what are the risks in terms of some of this stuff? Well, there's monetary fines. I-9s range from $230 up to $20,000 for each violation. In some of the audits I have done, with the I-9s not being completed, if you have, say you've never completed Section 2 for any of your new employees, that means more than 50% of your forms are going to be incorrect or incomplete, and you're going to be at the top range of the fine for those violations. And that fine is a little over $1,900 for each violation. If you knowingly hire a illegal alien, then you're looking into the higher fines, upwards of the $20,000 range. New hire reporting, for not reporting new hires, fines are $25. If a new hire says, hey, don't report me to the state attorney general's office, I don't want to pay child support or that garnishment, you could be fined for $500. Labor posters, if you don't have any of the labor posters up, fines could be up to $17,000. Each individual notice, it ranges anywhere from $110 to $10,000. So a lot of money could be levied by not completing some of these tasks or putting up these notices. Some other things that could happen are consent decrees. So, Department of Labor, the EEOC, they could require you to do certain tasks and document that you've completed them. So, you see this a lot with discrimination and harassment charges, where a company has to implement a policy, do training for the employees, and provide documentation back to the EEOC showing that they've completed those items. And then there's additional scrutiny that can happen from the reporting agency, more audits and, that type of stuff. And then, you probably don't want to have your record of the fine being public. So you can go out to the EEOC website and see some of the fines and lawsuits that have been settled for discrimination cases. So, by doing things right, it just, treat your employees right and helps protect you, reduce your litigation risk and that sort of stuff. So that is all I've got. So anybody have any questions?
Yeah, David, this is Sam. Hey, what do you see as the most common correction you have to make to your clients?
So far, it's been the I-9.
Oh, really?
I just did another audit, and they've had 108 employees over the 2.5 years they've been open, and they didn't have a single correct I-9. So you're looking at $210,000 in fines, potential fines. So, them just understanding what they need to do with their I-9, they a lot of times they think that, okay, the employee completed section 1, that's all that they need to do. They don't realize they've got to complete section 2 on, the back of the form or on a second page.
David, I have a question, or go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So on the those nasty forms that we got to post in our office, whenever you have a small office with very little real estate on the walls, is there an option to electronically distribute those? There's one person in my office besides myself, so that's not really a big issue for me worrying about it. But as I have different people come through the office, in New York they do it, but now we're going into remote working. In fact, the New York office is talking about whether or not they're even going to renew the lease where they're at. So the majority of our employees won't ever see the office.
Yeah, so, there are certain requirements regarding how big or how small the notice can be. So you can't, minimize it really small and, put them all on one piece of paper to try and save wall space. Like the OSHA poster has to be I think it's a letter size, 8.5 by 11.
Right.
But, you can provide it to them virtually, paper copies. There's multiple ways to satisfy that notice. The key is ensuring you keep a record that you provided the notices to them. So do they, keep the email showing that you sent the notices to the employees?
Gotcha. Cool.
David, so who is Hops HR? Maybe I missed it, but is that a small company, family owned, or is that a large international?
It's me. So it's my independent owned HR consulting company. So I launched it back in April 2019 after spending 12 and a half years in the corporate HR world. So, yep.
Well, David, you told me on our original one-on-one that your first business you specialized in were the microbreweries, and so I felt like a real dummy when I didn't figure that out. So,
yes, that is the one of the niches I focus on, and probably about 90% of my clients right now are craft breweries. So, I'm a member of the Texas Craft Brewers Guild and do a lot of work with their conferences and education summits.
So we nominate you as our sample man. So bring us some samples, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Any more questions for Mr. David? David Curtis.
Lydia?
Yes, I have a question. So you had just mentioned about that big old poster that has like everything on it, including the COVID. What's the name of the sheet and where did you say I could find it?
So it's the labor law poster, and you can find it on Amazon. That's where I usually order them from. You just want to make sure you get, that it's has all the updated notices. Like Texas just updated the payday notice back in June this year. The one that the seller that I order it from has updated that. I've double checked that. Or you can go to labor law center, laborpostercenter.com and order it from there. But that's a little bit more expensive than Amazon.
Okay. All right. And you said that would pretty much have like 20 different things on it, or how many did you say?
There's like 12 different notices on that one. There's a couple optional notices. It's good information to have, but you can, it still satisfies all the requirements.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Lydia was asking us how to keep your sheet together?
where to get the notices.
Thank you, David. If there's no more questions, that was a very informative presentation. We really appreciate your artwork. It was death by PowerPoint or anything. It was great.
And I want to say thanks to Brian and his team. They've helped me make my PowerPoints a little more easy on the eyes. So appreciate their help in on that side.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't have any activity planned for this afternoon, so we'll let everybody free a few minutes early unless there's some more questions for David. But David, give me a call after 3 or so this afternoon so we can talk, okay? Any parting words for anyone? Well, thank you for a great group, 28 people at the top, and I look forward to us making a lot of money for each other, okay? All right. Everybody, see you next week. Bye now.
Ciao, everyone.
Hey, Becky.
What's up, Dave?
See ya. Hey, I still need to stop by y'all's place. And I think I've still got a Southern Flair gift card down there.
Okay. Okay, good.
From the after hours event.
Good, good, good. I don't know who won our grill set. I still have that. Okay. And I still want to get you in over at my other companies too.
Yeah.
So let me ask my director here when would be a good time, because she wants to chat with you.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good. I mean, it's easier for me since I live less than a mile from you guys. So.
Well, we love that about you.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Were you waiting on me, Liz?
A little bit, but yeah, thank you so much. Because prior, I would get updates about the events through email blasts, and I wasn't in the email blast at first, so thank you. Now I know where to go.
That's one thing that I've brought up is the kind of lack of communication,
yes.
Lack of like I sent in my form to join YP last year and never heard anything back. It's like,
yeah.
So we've got a renewed energy, and you're going to see a lot more coming out of the group. So
Awesomeness. Yeah, I've been with ACYP as long as I've been like in the chamber, and I've been to maybe 2 events, and I've heard most of the prior events were drinking related.
Yeah.
Yay.
No, we're we talked about that, and we're looking at doing maybe mixing it up, doing some morning events, coffee and breakfast,
cool.
And just changing it up so maybe we can get a variety of people at the different events rather than always doing like a happy hour.
Yeah, it's like with driving school, I can't be a hypocrite.
Yep. How many employees do you guys have?
We have 2 employees, and then our instructors are contractors.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I was taking notes on that. It's like, oh crud, oh crud, oh crud.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to sit down and talk through some HR stuff, I'd be happy to do that. I offer a free consultation. So
yay.
If you're interested, shoot me an email at david@hopshr.com.
Just gonna. Coolness. Yeah, because I know we have a bookkeeper who's in charge of it, because Lord knows I was not great in accounting class. I need to check to see like what we have and what we don't have.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, just let me know, and I'll be happy to come by y'all's office or whatnot, and we can just chat for a little bit.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Have a good day.
See you later.
See you later.
All right, later, Robert.